Hello, I'm Hayden Walters. These are my sons, Jacob and Colton Walters. I'm really excited that they've added steer roping to the list of events that college students can compete in at the college rodeos. But when we get together and we get to talking about this, one of the things that always comes up is there's not really any place for a young guy to go and get the basics and really get started in steer roping. If you're tying calves down or team roping, it's pretty easy to find somebody that can help you, but not so much in steer roping. So I thought I would put together a quick instructional video, or maybe a series of videos to get some guys started and just to show them the kind of the basics of steer roping. One of the things that I'm going to focus on a whole lot is safety in these videos. And as I go forward this first video, it's mainly going to be about what we do to log the young horses. But in this clip right here, I threw this in to show Jake is latching the gate behind him as he comes in. Always shut the out gate to your arena if you're logging horse or tying steers down, because it's not a matter of if you're going to have a runaway, it's just a matter of when. And another thing that you want to do is you never ever tie steers by yourself. Always have at least two people there as you tie steers. The steer roping, I picked a lot of things up along the way from a lot of different people like S.E. Mayo and Randy Stalls and Guy Allen, and I really encourage you guys to reach out to somebody like that, Donette Edelman, Scott Snedeker, any of those guys like that you can, if you're able to, reach out to those guys and ask them for advice and get their help, and most of them will always be glad to help you. But in the meantime, hopefully this quick video will give you some of the basics. The log that we use that you're seeing right here, the rope on the log is just about standard length, same as it would be from your saddle horn to the steer's head. We use one log. We used to use two logs tied together to simulate that jerk a long time ago, but we kind of got away from that and basically just use one log right now. This inner tube that you're looking at tied in the rope right here, that is something I picked up probably from Hadley Reed. That is to keep tension on that rope as you're logging your horse, and what that'll do is that'll help those young horses and those green horses to really keep pressure on that breast collar and really lean into it and keep pressure on that steer's head as while you're tying, and that's how your horse works, and how your horse keeps pressure on the end of that rope can be really important. One of the safety things I want to talk about is a loop in the end of this rope. This loop is about probably 14 inches or so. You don't ever want to tie hard and fast to the saddle horn while you're logging. You always want a big loop in there. And what that'll allow you to do, if you get your horse over the rope or you get the rope under your horse's tail or something, that'll let you grab that loop and pull it forward and get it off that saddle horn a little bit easier. So as we take a look at this next clip, this is just what we do. This is a Jake logging a horse that he's logged quite a bit, and this is what we do every day to log these horses. And this is what you want to be able to do after you get your horse fairly solid and going. As he comes around there and steps off, this mare is really leaning into the log pretty good right there. She's got heat on the end of the rope, and you can tell by looking at her front feet right there. Her front feet are together, and she's leaning into it pretty good. You're going to watch this same clip again right here, and I wanted to tell you what cues that tripping horse whenever they leave out of the hole. As those horses come around in that right-handed circle, you're up on the balls of your feet, up off your pockets, and as you come around, when you sit down, that's what cues your horse to leave out of there. Right there, he sat down, and that's what cued that horse to come out of there. When you sit down, you want to ask your horse, as you're sitting down, you want to ask your horse for just a little bit more gas as you leave out of there, and then come on around and keep that horse bowing around your left knee. We log these horses quite a lot, and we log them real slow. We don't ever get in a hurry, and we just log them slow with a lot of repetitions. So this next clip, this is my back's to the chute and looking down the pin at the strip and chute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my toe and make a line in the dirt, what would be 90 degrees across the arena. And as Jake brings his horse around, what I like to do is step those horses just past what would be 90 degrees, just a little bit. And what that does is that simulates stepping down the pin just a little bit and getting just a little bit of lift on those cattle to really bring them around and lay them down nice and smooth. The smoother you lay them down, the better off you're going to be. Right there, he steps past 90 just a little bit, sits down, asks that horse to come out. Come around, bowing that horse around your knee, bringing that horse around your left knee all the time. So this is Colton. Colton has just started tying steers. He hasn't actually tied any steers down yet. This is the first time he's ever logged a horse. First time this little gray horse has ever been logged. This little horse has been headed on a lot, and I would always encourage you to start with a horse that's been headed on quite a lot. This is really not a place to start a colt. You want a horse that's gentle and has been used. But he's doing a good job right here. He's up off his pockets. Right here, he sits down, starts out of there. And now he's bringing that horse around, and now he's still in the saddle. He's got that rope running across his right leg, and he's still in the saddle, and he's going to stay in the saddle. And he's going to roll right out here, and he's going to stop, and he's just going to ask that horse to stand there and keep pressure on that log. And he does a really good job, and he's just going to stand there, and he's going to do that very same thing over and over and over again several times. This is Jake on a bay horse that's pretty green. We haven't logged this horse a whole lot. He's got her going just slow and easy, and going to come around. And again, I want to stress, just keep everything slow and controlled, and lots of repetitions. And as he comes around here, he's going to, right here, you can really tell that he's on the balls of his feet. He's up off his pockets. And right here, he's going to sit down and ask that horse to come out. Ask her for just a little bit more speed. Keep her bowing around that left knee. Keep her coming left. And it's always important to keep those horses coming left. And right here, he's going to stop. He's got both feet in the stirrups, got that rope running across his right leg, and he's just going to stop there and pet her and let her know that she did really good. And as he sits there and as she does good, here in just a second, he's going to push back and get out from under that rope. He's going to stay in that left stirrup, and he's just going to stand there. Now, she kind of wanted to wiggle around a little bit right there, so he's going to take his right toe and step her forward just a little bit. Make sure she's got heat on the end of that rope. And it's really standing there quiet with heat on the end of that rope, with pressure on that rope like she's supposed to. And then he's going to step down. He's going to step down with that right toe pointed right at that log. And he's going to step down right next to his horse, really close to his horse. And he's just going to stand right there and he's going to pet on her. And he's going to do this several times. And as that horse gets real comfortable, then he's going to be able to step away from that horse. And he's going to back away from her. And she's doing a great job. She's standing there. She's got good pressure on the end of that rope. So he's just going to take that small victory and step back up there and pet on her and let her know that she did really good. He's going to step back across her, and he's going to stand right there in that stirrup and pet her again, keeping pressure on that rope, making sure she understands what her job is. And he's going to step across that rope and pet on her and really let her know that she's doing good. Ultimately, guys, this is what we want our end result to be, this next clip that you're going to look at. And as you watch these videos, and if you have any questions or have any comments or would like us to critique a video or something other, we'd be glad to. Just thank you so much for watching.